Welcome, curious minds! Today, we're diving into one of archaeology's greatest puzzles, the Phaistos Disc. Get ready for a journey into the heart of ancient mystery. This enigmatic artifact was discovered in 1908 in the palace ruins of Phaistos, nestled on the sun-soaked island of Crete. Crafted from fired clay, the disc is believed to date back to around 1700 BCE, placing it within the flourishing Minoan civilization. What makes this disc truly unique is its spiral pattern of mysterious symbols, over 200 tiny impressions arranged in a clockwise spiral from the outer edge to the center. Here's the twist. No one has ever deciphered these symbols. For over a century, archaeologists and linguists have tried to unlock its meaning, but the secret remains hidden. So, what could this ancient code reveal? Stay tuned, because the fascinating theories and modern breakthroughs are coming up next. Now, let's get up close and personal with the Phaistos Disc. In this chapter, we're exploring what it's made of, how it's designed, and why its symbols are so intriguing. Trust me, this is where things get really interesting. First off, the disc is made of fired clay. Simple, yet durable. It measures about 16 centimeters across, roughly the size of a modern-day CD. Not bad for something crafted over 3,000 years ago. Both sides are covered with symbols arranged in a spiral pattern, moving from the outer edge toward the center. In total, there are 241 symbols, each carefully stamped into the clay while it was still soft. Here's the fun part. There are 45 distinct symbols. Some look like human figures, animals, plants, and tools. Archaeologists believe these symbols might represent syllables or logograms, kind of like an ancient alphabet. Or maybe even emojis. What's even more fascinating is the repetition of certain symbols, suggesting a structured language rather than random doodles. Think of it like a coded message, carefully crafted and deliberately arranged. Someone wanted this message to be understood. If only we could crack the code! And there you have it. The Phaistos Disc isn't just an ancient artifact. It's a tantalizing puzzle made of clay and symbols. But what do these symbols mean? Well, that's where things get really tricky. Coming up next, the wild world of decipherment attempts. Brace yourself for some fascinating theories. Now that we know what the Phaistos Disc looks like, let's zoom out and explore where it was found and why that matters. Trust me, this chapter holds the key to understanding its true significance. The disc was discovered in the heart of Minoan Crete, home to one of the most advanced civilizations of the ancient world. Think of the Minoans as the rock stars of Bronze Age culture, famous for their art, architecture, and thriving trade networks. The Minoans were also pioneers of writing systems. Alongside the Phaistos Disc, archaeologists have found inscriptions in a script called Linear A, another ancient code that still hasn't been cracked. So why did the Minoans create the Phaistos Disc? Some experts think it might have been used in religious rituals, perhaps as a sacred text or prayer. Others believe it could have been an official record, like an ancient Bronze Age memo. Whether it was meant for gods or government, one thing's clear. The Phaistos Disc was no random doodle. It played an important role in Minoan society, making its message all the more intriguing. And now, let's see how experts have tried to crack its code. All right, puzzle lovers. Now that we know what the Phaistos Disc looks like and where it came from, let's dive into the brain-teasing world of decipherment. For over a century, experts have been trying to crack its code. And trust me, their theories are as fascinating as the disc itself. Some researchers think the symbols work like a syllabary, kind of like the ancient script Linear B, where each sign stands for a syllable. Sounds logical, right? But there's a catch. Without more examples, it's like trying to solve a crossword with only one clue. Other experts argue that the symbols might be pictographic or ideographic, where each symbol represents an idea, object, or action rather than a sound. Imagine emojis, but 3,000 years older. So why is it so hard to crack the code? Simple. This disc is one of a kind. Without other examples to compare it to, researchers are basically solving a puzzle with half the pieces missing. And there you have it. Countless theories, but no clear answer. Still, every attempt brings us closer to unlocking the disc's secrets. But what if its true purpose wasn't about language at all? Up next, the modern interpretations that might just change everything. All right, time to shift gears. We've explored what the Phaistos Disc looks like and how experts have tried to crack its code. But what if the real secret lies in how it was used? Let's dive into some modern interpretations that might just solve the puzzle. One popular theory? The disc might have been a religious prayer or hymn, something sacred, recited during rituals to honor the gods. Imagine the ancient chants echoing through temple walls as the disc was read aloud. Others believe it recorded important events, like a Bronze Age newspaper. Maybe it documented a king's achievements, a heroic legend, or a major festival. Basically, the headlines of ancient Crete. But wait! It gets even more fun! Some think the disc was actually a board game or puzzle. Picture ancient families gathered around, rolling dice and moving tokens while deciphering the symbols. Who needs video games when you've got a clay disc, right? Or maybe it was a learning tool, like a Bronze Age classroom aid. Teachers might have used the disc to teach young scribes how to read and write, with symbols representing syllables or common words. Homework was definitely tougher without textbooks. So, what's the truth? Well, without more examples of the disc, we may never know for sure. But one thing's certain, it wasn't just a random doodle. Whether it carried prayers, stories, or lessons, the Phaistos Disc was a vital part of ancient life. And who knows, maybe one day we'll finally crack its secret. And that wraps up this chapter of the story. But don't go anywhere. Up next, we're exploring the legacy of the Phaistos Disc and why it still fascinates archaeologists and linguists today. Stay tuned! All right, curious minds, welcome to the final chapter of our journey into the Phaistos Disc. Now, let's explore why this ancient mystery still captivates the world today. First off, the Phaistos Disc stands as a symbol of history's unsolved mysteries, a reminder that not everything from the past has given up its secrets. It also highlights a key challenge in archaeology, deciphering ancient scripts without enough context. Without similar artifacts to compare, cracking this code is like solving a puzzle with missing pieces. But don't think that stops researchers. The disc continues to inspire new studies into Minoan culture and ancient writing systems, pushing the boundaries of what we know about the past. And let's not forget, you don't have to be a scholar to be captivated by this mystery. From classrooms to documentaries, the Phaistos Disc sparks imaginations worldwide, proving that some puzzles never go out of style. And that's a wrap! If you enjoyed this journey through ancient mysteries, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because trust me, there's plenty more where this came from. And hey, we'd love to hear from you. What do you think the Phaistos Disc was used for? Sacred prayers, royal records, or maybe even an ancient board game? Drop your theory in the comments below, and let's get the conversation rolling.